morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is February 16th, 2021. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show. My name is Julie. I'm coming to you from Newport Beach, California. My dear friend, Milo. Milo, could you please say hello?
Hey, how you guys doing? Milo from Nashville, Tennessee.
Good to see you, Milo. So haven't talked to you for a while.
Yeah.
I know when you and I are getting together, we're having so much fun. The topic that we've been talking about is OnPassive, and it is massive. Last week we were able to got introduced to a brand new website. So if you haven't checked out our website, it is onpassive.com. It's amazing to get exposed to that. Yes, OnPassive is a registered and licensed company. It is a real company, real business with real people. And Mr. Ashmufarad has a vision that when we are full, we reach out our hands to help some friends, help some family. And it all started on that day when he went on to audioed and he shared that his vision with a lot of people. And we do have many guests here that concurred with us and with the audience about his first two videos. And if you haven't seen his first two videos or his audios, then you've got to check it out. But I wanted to actually talk about the community of OnPassive. We do have real people, and under OnPassive is a community of people, Go founders. And today we have special guests, and I like to have Milo. Milo, could you please introduce our guest today?
I can, Julie. Thanks so much. We have a guest coming to us from Canada today, and it's one of the founders. We don't know a lot about her, but we're going to learn more about her, and you will too. So right now, let's bring to the screen Erin Spreen. Hey, Erin, how you doing? Thanks for coming.
Hello.
Thank you so much for bringing me on. I really appreciate it.
Welcome to the show, Erin. How are you doing?
Fantastic, considering it's wintertime up here, but I'm in my nice warm house.
There you go. Well, we're blessed. We're blessed. A lot of us, to have a warm home, with what some people, the homeless have and stuff like that. I just feel really blessed. But hey, listen, what we want to do, we don't know a whole lot about you. We know what we've seen on your bios, and we know talking to you a little bit. But we want to know really who is Erin and where is she from and that type of thing. So if you could tell us, where you were born, your family, and then your immediate family. Just give us a little rundown on that. We'd love to hear it.
For sure, absolutely. So my name is Erin Spreen, and I reside in Whitecourt, Alberta, Canada. So on the western side of Canada, close to the Rocky Mountains. But where I was born in a very small town, about 2,500 people. Actually, it was a lot less than the year that I was born in a town called Swan Hills, and it's actually the highest elevation town in Alberta, higher than the mountains, the Rocky Mountains, if you can imagine. So wow. Yeah, so I kind of feel like I'm always when we're up there and I go for visits, I'm overviewing everybody kind of thing because it's so high. But yeah, I absolutely enjoy my little small town life because that's what's developed me. My family is a blue collar family, like oil field and gas. I live in the province of where oil field and gas, right? My mother was a huge volunteer in town, huge, massive. And she started on the school board trustee for eight and a half years. And then she was a town councilor for 4 terms and she was a mayor. So I've lived that lifestyle as well, like being a blue collar family, but also volunteering and being around incredible individuals over my period of time when I was a young child, right, growing up. And then I met my wonderful husband. It'll be actually 24 years this year. It's hard to believe. And I live close to where my hometown is and just enjoying life. And we have 2 beautiful daughters. One is almost 20 years old and one is 16. So fun times. They
Awesome.
say that younger years are fun times, but I think the older that they get, they become more funner. So yeah.
Awesome. What about, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a brother, actually lives in the same town where I live now, where our family, because we actually live where my husband is originally from. And yeah, it's incredible. It's great to be, close to family, because we used to live when our kids were little, younger years, elementary years, we lived away up northern Alberta, actually. And we moved back to family because that's always the roots, right? You want to get close to your family.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, Erin, I see that in your bio, you have stated that you have taken your personal development journey public to impact thousands of people's life around the world. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I think that is kind of stems from my mother. I volunteered my whole life. I just followed wherever mom was needing help. Come on, Erin, get your boots and jacket on, and we would go and do, different things, that community service. And I know I got teased when I was younger, especially in my teens, growing through junior high school when I graduated. Oh, Erin, you're going to be a politician. And I'm like, no, I won't be a politician, but I'll still serve my people. And I think that's why the year that we got married, Darcy and I got married, was the year that I joined our beautiful industry, network marketing, direct sales. And that was the industry that I just got, and I gravitated to it, and I absolutely jumped at it. And through the first 10 years, I wasn't building teams. I was just being, the typical mom, wanting to have some mom time with the adults and selling the products. And I was just having retail sales, just having that social time, right? Because you're full-time at home raising 2 children. And then I'd say the last 12 years is when I really took up my personal development, and I took it to a whole new level. And I had some incredible journey throughout the opportunity of really digging deep to figure out who I am, to go out and be a purpose and value to the marketplace. So
Awesome.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's neat.
I've traveled down to a lot of different conferences in the United States, seen some amazing motivational speakers, world renowned motivational speakers, and just embraced the journey and just ran with it, and earned lots of different awards through my journey, through the different projects that I've been part of, and earned cruises and trips, but brought a lot of people with me through the ride, right? And that's what it's about.
That's right. Taking people with you. So if a motivational speaker, who's your favorite?
Oh, I have so many.
Give me your top 5.
My top 5. Well, my big journey about 6 years ago, the leader that I was working with took us on 3 times a week on a mastermind. And way back when I first started in the journey of this industry, I actually was told to read Napoleon Hill, Think, Grow and Rich. But oh, by the way, it's a dry read, but it's great concepts and they're great life skills. And he took us on a journey, and we were on a mastermind 3 times a week. And it took us like almost 10 months to go through that whole book. And that really took me to a whole new level. And then since then, I mean, I never obviously got to see Napoleon Hill real, right? Like, yeah. But just took a whole new, like Tony Robbins, Les Brown. I got to see Les Brown. Les Brown was only supposed to be on the stage for 2 hours. He ended up being on stage for 5 hours. It was incredible. It was life-changing. John Maxwell, there's so many out there, and it's just, always picking up the books and reading and being in front of people, right?
Les Brown, you gotta get hungry.
Gotta be hungry. That was incredible to see that live. Like all I could say is,
I've seen it years ago when he first come out, and I've followed him ever since. Les Brown's an incredible story. If you've never watched Les Brown, man, you're missing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that really takes I remember coming home from that conference and telling my mom about that. And that was when she said, Erin, did you know that actually in the level of she was actually, she had just retired from the political world, but in the municipal level. And she's like, did you know 90% of our conferences is all self-development? I said, are you serious? I thought it was all about policies and stuff. She's like, well, yeah, we still have that, but 90% of our conferences is all self-development. I'm like, well, no wonder why I got drawn to this industry. There was a reason, right? It's always about gut and intuition, right? So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, back in the day, Zig Ziglar and Les Brown was being groomed, and then Les
Jim
Brown took
Rowan.
over for Jim Rowan, and he took over for for Zig Ziglar.
Yeah.
So
Incredible.
good. That's good stuff right there. I like that. All right, Julie. Sorry, I kind of took your time.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm actually interested to know about what are your hobbies?
Oh, my hobbies. Actually, I just got to play around with my stems and petals. I come from retail management in the florist world. I'm a journeyman hairstylist as well, but I like to play, and I got called up due to COVID. COVID hit that local flower shop. We just finished doing the Valentine's rush, so I love playing with, gardening, flowers and petals and stems. I love camping. I love just connecting with people, really taking that time and embracing myself to others, and building each other up constantly. Like, I become a people's mentor. And especially my last project that I was in, I was known as the people's mentor. Right here in Alberta, I used to put on massive conferences. And you got to remember, just so your audience knows, I live outside a major city. So I don't live in the city. I live 2 hours outside of a major city, Edmonton, Alberta. And I used to work here from my home and set up massive conferences in Edmonton. So, and it's because it's who I am, right? So I used to always take in other, partners from, it doesn't matter, because we're a family, right? We're all on the same mission, and that's what it's all about. And just embracing people. So yeah, and we love to travel. Of course, we love to travel. Just right now, we can't travel, but I love to travel, and I cannot wait. I mean, I don't call it a bucket list. I call it a live list. A live list is about living and going out and checking off those things, and that's what's happened. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I know that you've said this a lot, embrace yourself. It seems like you have embraced yourself so much on the path that all of us are in right now. And I'm talking about OnPassive. It's where we all getting together, and OnPassive is the reason for the Julie and Milo show. And I wanted to find down from you, when did you join OnPassive, and why OnPassive, and how has OnPassive been for you?
When did I join OnPassive? I joined actually September 8th of 2020. So not too long ago. I couldn't believe I hadn't heard about it. I'll be honest with you, because as a leader of my community, I have a community called Team Hope. And I always look for certain specific amazing tools to be able to help others embrace themselves to make them better, right? Beyond just saying, hey, go watch this video and go listen to this lesson from the, because sometimes some people need different things, right? So as a leader, you're always looking for key things. So when my life, well, we all know 2020, our lives were upside down, but my life personally, I was working this industry full time. In June of 2020, I had to go back to work full time, not because I didn't have the income coming in from the industry. It's because my husband was laid off due to COVID. So to this day, now it's February the 16th, he's still not working. So when I went back to work full time, June of 2020, I was still looking and looking for the tools that I may not have on the technical world that we live in, the online world, but the tools to help. And sure enough, a friend of mine shares this to me right over Labor Day weekend when I'm extremely busy working full time. And I could not believe my eyes. I got to see the short 2-minute video. I was like, this is the thing. And then once I dug deeper, took me only 2 hours to launch my position. But once I dug deeper, I could not believe my eyes. And as I continue to build my belief, I always believe in tripod of belief, about the business, yourself, the industry. I knew this was incredible. This was a movement, a humanity movement beyond the business. And that's why I absolutely fell in love with it. I literally hunkered down, and I mean, at one point we were doing like 5 webinars a week, English webinars a week. And now we've cut back only because there's so many incredible founders. I love the show, that your guys' show, because there's so much talent out there that people are now sharing the inner depth of what OnPassive is going to do for us, for the world, 100%. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's so awesome. Milo?
Yeah, we like to say on the show that OnPassive is changing the world one person at a time, and it started with Ash Mafaro. And as we get a chance, and you said it very well, we start digging deeper, and we start talking to the founders that came in. We want to know, okay, so who is this? They're making a splash. Who is this? So we try to get those people. Whether we heard you on a webinar, we've seen some posts you did, something. We end up inviting you here, and we want to know more about you. And so that's what we did, and it's so cool that we do get to meet these founders. And what we kind of say is, when we start out, it seems that all the founders start out, looking for maybe income, this type of thing or whatever, but then it turns to a whole different thing. And I think a lot of that comes from Ash himself, because of his heart, and what he wants to do for humanity. And when it changes, when the light bulb goes off in you, it's incredible, the way that you can give back, the way that if you give back, the bigger your bucket becomes. The more you give back, the bigger and the bigger it becomes. It's crazy that happened, but we're going to be allowed to do that. So give me your take on that. Where do you think this is going with you?
Oh, this is, and you said it so perfectly, Milo, it is a movement. This is beyond bigger than we personally even know what we know of as being the inner circle of OnPassive. We are founders. We're not distributors. We're not reps. We are founders of this massive humanity movement. And I have been on leadership council in other projects. I have been on the inner circle of other companies and stuff. And I'm blessed because that was part of my journey. That was part of my path, about believing in myself and knowing that where I'm supposed to be and going in the direction I'm supposed to be. I mean, heck, I could have bought a flower shop here in my local town 6 years ago, but I chose not to because I knew I was supposed to go down this path. So when I understood this, and it only took me 3 or 4 weeks to get on our private webinars with Ash, I could not believe my eyes what this was about. And I just continue being the messenger of the message of Ash's AI with heart. When we do our presentations, that's what we talk about, and it just naturally happens. And it's so, and yet I'll be honest with you, we're just going into soft launch here. And there's so much more that we don't even know on the phases of OnPassive. This is only phase 1. We know that there was an incredible interview that was done by our Dr. Bill Williams, which is on Leadership Council, a member, with Ash here about a few months back. And if you listen to Ash's words, this is massive, guys. And I just say, listen to your gut intuition, and that's what I did. And it has been the most easiest thing to share. That's all I can say. It has been the most easiest thing to share, because when you believe in yourself and you believe in your morals and your values and your mission and your journey and your path, everything falls into place. Everything happens for reasons. And I totally 100% believe in that.
I believe that too, and I think it's come down to good versus evil in the world, and I believe that we are realizing that as human beings, how can we watch as other human beings or sit out on the street, you know, whether it's a disabled vet, whether it's homeless, whether it's a cancer patient, all these different things that people are going through. And we're living in a hurting world. I mean, because people have lost their jobs, businesses, the way they've shut down and stuff like that. And the truth of it is, if you got a little extra, like Ash says, can you reach down and pull someone up with you? And I think that's so important. And when you get that, and once you do it, there's no feeling like that. You know, there is no feeling like giving away, helping other people, you know. And once you get that, and I think, like you said, it's a movement that's coming about. And I'm glad to be part of it. You know, I'm glad that I am part of it, you know. And so anyway, Julie, oh, that way. Gotta send it back over to you.
Yes. Erin, thank you so much for being here and chatting with us about your life story and also about OnPassive. I know that there's a lot of people watching this video, actually watch this video when it goes out. A lot of people still wondering what OnPassive is about, and they might still be on the fence. What is your word of wisdom to these people?
My words of wisdom: don't second guess yourself. If someone has taken the time to share it, whether it's myself or Julie or Milo or any of the other founders have shared this video to you, understand there's a reason. And that's where I had to really ground myself, because a month before I got shared to this amazing opportunity to become a founder of OnPassive, is I got shut down by my previous project, only because I wanted to help people. It was the most weirdest way of getting rid of me, unfortunately, but it's all I say is there's a reason why I'm here as a founder in OnPassive, 100%. Everything has happened, and I thank the person above. I thank my incredible inner circle of friends that literally lifted me up. I literally, like, it was the craziest thing. It was a Sunday morning at 9 a.m. and I get this crazy message and I'm like, what the heck's going on? And I share my journey because I believe when you have massive failures like that, there's incredible things are about to happen in your life. And I have been able to share this so easily that I have people that I have mentored over the years have never been able to bring other people on because whatever reasons they didn't have maybe the self-belief, and they're building a massive organization underneath me. And it's not about me, it's about me sharing my vulnerable, failures to help others to know, never give up. Just go and launch your position as a founder. The door's getting shorter by the weeks to come. Like, it's crazy, guys. And like Milo, when you mentioned about the good and the evil, I 100% believe this is part of the massive solution that we're living historical times right now. And what Ash has put together, I cannot believe that I've only had to wait for a short period of time. I mean, heck, one of my mom's best friends came in. She seen me post about OnPassive on social media, came in when it was 2,500 founders. She could not believe that I didn't know about it. That's what blew me away. And when I knew that she came in, like 2 years before I ever came about, I just could not believe my eyes. I knew this is the real thing. So this is incredible. Listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. Don't give up. Just keep being like a rhino in the jungle and just like literally just say, I meant for more. I meant for a purpose, and just go live, right?
Absolutely. I mean, one thing that you said that really struck a chord with me was your friend who had the opportunity, she didn't share it with you because she thought you knew. How many of us do that? We think they know. I'm guilty of it myself. I have a big builder friend that is now in the thing. Guess what? He calls me up. I'd been in for a year. And Ronnie calls me up and says, hey, he says, you heard about OnPassive? He says, I want to tell you about OnPassive. I go, what? He says, you heard about OnPassive, and he's a big builder. I knew it, you know, and why I did not tell him, but I went back and I had never told him, you know, and how important is that for us to do that, you know, to think that, hey, make sure you tell everyone that you know, and I like to tell people, hey, it's all about being consistent. If you just keep telling, pretty soon everyone's going to be looking for that person that's in OnPassive because they need to get in and they need a founder to sign up a sponsor. And so I love that. But another thing I want to do real quick, I know we're running out of time, but when you created this video today, or you come on and you documented something that's going to go down in history, as you are part of the biggest company that's ever going to be in the world, and you were there, you can tell your grandkids, hey, look at the video. I was there before it was even there. You know what I'm saying? Before it ever launched, I was there. So thank you so much for coming today. I'm going to send it back over to Julie right over there. Julie, take us out of here.
Thank you, Milo. Thank you, Erin, again for being here with us. There you have it, everyone. It's Erin Spreen, and she's here to share her heart, her story, her passion of OnPassive. Milo and I do believe that you do have a story and you wanted to share with people, and your story will inspire many people, even that you don't know about it, but other people are looking to hear your story. So reach out to one of us, be on the Julie and Milo show. And if you are on the fence of OnPassive, take the action, because once you make the decision to be in OnPassive, to be the founder, it would change your life forever. It has changed mine, it has changed Milo, and it has changed Erin's as well. And there's over 500,000 of us are excited about what OnPassive is all about. So take the action. And if you are already an OnPassive founder, log into the back office, you have the key to that treasure, okay? Thank you so much for watching the Julie and Milo show. We look forward to see you on the next show. Good night from Newport Beach, California.
Good night from Alberta.
Good night from Nashville.